Hola! This is the RetroTech 120p challenge. We are playing WWF Superstars, set around the time of SummerSlam 1989 when Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage took on the villainous Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and the giant known as Andre. Yeah, but I haven't chosen Hulk Hogan because in this game he's got sunburn and he does weird slaps. I've gone for the Ultimate Warrior, who is a man who wears face paint, so you know you can trust him. Always trust a man wearing face paint. So yeah, the RetroTech 120p challenge. You should join it if you haven't, because you can play games like this. You can show off how good or bad you are, and you can moan about controls in driving games like I did. Well, I didn't moan about it. I just really struggled to set it up, and I was like, well, I haven't really got enough time this week. So I couldn't play the Power Drift one last week. I did try, but I couldn't do it. So yes, this game, as I say, based around WWF 1989 era. There is Billy Lee from Double Dragon, if you saw him there, down the side, watching the action. He doesn't get involved in the action. I would have thought his experiences in the world of Double Dragon would be harrowing for him to go and look at more violence happening, even if it is staged. So yeah, at the moment I'm fighting Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's a simple guy who used to stick his tongue out and stick his thumb up and wave around a flag, and I've finished that. That's the first round done. The other guy was Honky Tonk Man, who looks like Elvis, as you can see, like the guy from down the chip shop. There you just saw our main antagonists. We may see them later. Ooh. But the other guy with them is a guy called Virgil. And one of the creepy things I noticed about this game, apart from this, which is where the table splits into 3 halves when you hit someone with it, is the creepy thing I've seen is that Virgil actually has 4 fingers in the cutscene. And if you look at the game characters, they've all got 3 fingers and a thumb on each hand in this stylized thing. I think the graphics in this game, though, are fabulous. They're really bright and colourful. Is it a better game than WrestleFest? Probably not. WrestleFest had a bit more to it. It had more modes and more controls. I think this one is a tighter game in terms of its control. I think I feel it's more interactive. The key, there's a really good press there from the Ultimate Warrior, and that lovely splash you can do over the top. To do that, you press the 2 attack buttons together and then hit the 1 attack button just as you get to the ropes, and he flings himself over. But yeah, this game feels a bit tighter to control, I think, than WrestleFest. WrestleFest is the better game, though. Yes, Hulk Hogan here, terrible sunburn, as you can see. He's been out in the garden all day in just his Speedos, and he didn't put in any soul tan at all, it seems. More for him. Randy Savage looks a little bit like Jesus in the game, and it's probably fair now that I go through who's died in this game. So both of the people I've selected are dead. Randy Savage, this Jesus looking fella, as I say, and the Ultimate Warrior, the guy in the lovely face paint, he's dead. He's dead. The big boss man, who seems to have sort of turned up for the wrong job. Certainly wearing the wrong clothes. I'm surprised they're letting him wrestle. But yes, Hulk Hogan here, there was some debate about whether he was fully accepting of his hair loss, because he has a lot more hair in this game than he does in real life, or even did back in 1989. and that's the second lot dealt with without using the first continue, which I was pretty pleased about. The people that will do better in this challenge will be the people that use the body slam a lot. The body slam is a hard move to counter. I sort of do it a bit, but I'm not always in the best position to do it. Went too early with that one. There's some other interesting people. There's a guy who looks like Peter Griffin. There's a weird guy who looks like either like a blind guy or a spy. And there's the old fella down the bottom. But the person behind Billy Lee, the lady, huge norks, like really big breasts. Face isn't anything to write home about. But then I wouldn't write home to my mum about a woman's breasts or her face anyway. I don't really write home anyway. I could just go and see her. Or, text her. But if I did write letters home to mum, I can assure you they would not be about a lady's breasts or her face. Let's see if that changes. My life may change in some way where I have to do that. I doubt it. But yeah, Techno's released this sometime after Double Dragon 1 and 2. It's a lot better than the other Techno's game we played recently, Renegade. It's certainly a lot more fair. It's a good game, this. I think I still think it plays pretty well today. It plays certainly a lot better than some of the WWF games that followed it in the arcade, like the Royal Rumble one by Sega. And I was never a big fan of the Midway ones. I know it seems bizarre to say this, but they were just a bit too silly. There's some charm to them, but I was never a big fan of them. They were sort of, I don't know if you've ever played them, they're like Mortal Kombat style, and the Undertaker like throws out ghosts and things. I think the referee's got liver problems from the look of him. He doesn't look very well. God bless his soul. Yeah, I had to use the continue a minute ago because it was looking very grim for me. Also, you can run out of time. That's a key thing to look out for as well. The next level will be against the $1 Million Man and Andre the Giant. It is very tough unless you know what you're doing. We'll have to see if I knew what I was doing in the next level or not. But yeah, I do like this game. Am I running out of stuff today? Oh, I could tell you about more of the people that died. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan's still alive. It's very grey now, as you can imagine. A man, obviously he's about 30 here, and this was 1989, so a substantial amount of time ago. Obviously everyone in this game is very old, and in a profession like wrestling, which has got a very short lifespan on average than most other jobs, or let's say sports, it is a miracle that any of them are still alive. I think in terms of people that are still alive, you've got Hulk Hogan, the Honky Tonk Man is still alive, the guy who looks like Elvis, and Ted DiBiase, and I think that's it, as well as Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hogan's still sort of involved with wrestling, but the others have drifted away. I think $1 Million Man is sort of a clergyman now. Oh, Virgil, if we're counting Virgil. Even the guy that interviews them in between each match, he's very much not alive. I mean, Gene Okerlund. Look at the leg muscles on the side. The neck muscles of Randy Savage to the side there, by the way. So yeah, this is the championship bout. What you have to do in the game is you go through 3 fights, then you get to the big money bout to become champion. Actually, they've got 4 fingers there on each hand. But then you have to go through the game again, but it's in Tokyo instead of New York. And at that point, you finish the game. Do I get that far? I do not. This is my final struggle, unfortunately. They're an interesting pairing in this. They add extra dimension to the game. Ted DiBiase is beatable. I think he looks a little bit like a cross between Noel Edmonds and Matt Berry from Toast of London here. But he, another person with problems with his liver from the look of it. But they've got some interesting moves they use on you, and if they slap you into either the $1 Million Dream or Andre the Giant puts you like in a sort of modified torture rack on his shoulder, then you're stuffed. Unless you've got enough health, or if you bung another credit in, and as you can see I've already used my credit, so I could be stuffed. So yes, do join the Retro Tech 120p challenge. It's not all wrestling games. There are driving games, there are platform games, there are shooter games that come up. They're all interesting. Much like Andre's absolutely huge head here. He's very hard to do moves on. The only move you can do on him is a body slam, and that requires you to punch the punch button like Billy-O, like I just did there. You can't do the gorilla presses, the suplexes. You can do very few of the running moves on him as well. I think there's a couple of things the boss man can do, and that's the end of my go. Warrior there taps out very early on, and we look at Ted and Andre boasting about their triumphs. But yeah, as you can see, the crowd's very displeased, and that is the end of this. So do join in, and we'll see you soon. Anyway, okay, thanks, bye.